Hello, I'm Rob Hirschfeld. I'm a principal architect at Dell and the lead architect for our OpenStack Cloud Solution. And I'm very excited because I wanted to talk about Crowbar. Crowbar is the name for Dell's contribution to the open source community around OpenStack. And it's a really important contribution for us because it addresses what we first saw when we saw OpenStack as a software package. We said, this is great software, it has incredible promise. That promise has been bearing a lot of fruit over the last year since we first saw it. And the thing that we saw, though, was that we needed to provide hardware architectures. We were going to do that, of course, but it also needed an installer. It needed a way that people could get up and running. And when my team first looked at it, we said, you know what, we think that we can set a 4-hour target for getting OpenStack from boxes, servers and boxes, all the way through it, and we've exceeded that goal. We're into under 2 hours for going from boxes to running an OpenStack cloud, and that's a significant add because of the way we're doing it. And the secret to that has been Crowbar. So Crowbar really provides that very fast. I'm going to get my system up, running, BIOS configured, RAID configured, software components laid down. It actually analyzes your system, figures out where pieces need to go. It does all that work. And even more importantly, it can continue to do that work. So as the system evolves, as new features come out, the configuration automation, which works with OpsCode's Chef's tool, actually continues to maintain and manage and build and deploy and do upgrades. It really manages the system not just from bringing it up in boxes to those first 2 hours where you get it running, but as you grow and expand and new versions come out, it works with you that whole time. And we found for customers that's a really significant advantage, that they can take the existing model, and customers will call this a DevOps model, we call it an operations model, for how the cloud is actually managed on a daily basis, and we bring all those together. So when Crowbar first starts doing its install, our customers would try and install it and they'd be missing this piece or that piece. They wouldn't have connectivity to the web, they'd need a DNS server, they'd need NTP, or all these pieces and parts that were required to bring up a full cloud. And we embodied all that in Crowbar. So when Crowbar sits down and starts doing its work, it'll actually start with DHCP server and register with DNS, add NTP. It actually brings in a monitoring system. By default, we use Nagios. A performance management system. By default, we're using Ganglia. It lays down the Nova bits, and then it starts giving you choices. You can set up team networking or not. You can use different networking options within Nova, which is the IaaS component for OpenStack. It actually will manage the ring files for Swift, so that it actually creates a full infrastructure. And we've done it in a modular way. So everything I'm describing to you is actually a modular piece that is all contributed to the community, but also something that you can extend or add, that other vendors can bring in their pieces and their parts, so that we can bring actually a full cloud infrastructure management solution. And we're very excited about that because we think that that really brings OpenStack from a great cloud software into the full solution, right? So that we can say, here's the software, here's the hardware with reference architectures, and here's how you deploy it. Here's the operations capabilities in an automated way that put everything together with best practices so that you're ready to go very, very quickly, and then you can maintain your system. And this really addresses what we've seen customers wanting to be able to do, to be able to have a cloud, get it running, and then maintain it. So we have a story about how you manage this cloud going forward. It's not just here's some bits, slap them on your server. It's really much more of an ongoing story about how you maintain and operate your cloud. And that's what we've put into Crowbar. And I'm very excited to see it coming to market as part of this release, and having OpenStack and being part of the OpenStack community with it. I'd love for you to check it out. There's a lot more information at dell.com/OpenStack. We're publishing it under Crowbar, and if you search OpenStack and Crowbar, you will find numerous resources around this tool. Thank you very much.